Yes.
Right, so we got to come back with a flask. Now, just to spoil things here, it's on the Dryads, so we got a couple, well, 3 in total long walks ahead of us. Yeah. I'm not going to be teleporting around this game because I feel it does detract in the end. Even if it does slow things down. I'm going to be playing at a bit more of a relaxed pace, even though the game as a whole will be shorter. I think. I think it will feel shorter at the least, because not much time in Baldur's Gate 2 is spent faffing around. There's a lot of downtime in Baldur's Gate 1 when you're just exploring and going through a long, long dungeon. That doesn't really happen in Baldur's Gate 2. There's always something you're doing, besides mindlessly slaughtering people or wandering from one edge of the screen to another. Moments like this are the exception. So, let's talk to the Dryads.
Our actions are good, and will serve the greater balance.
Okay, use portals to travel up to the next level of the complex. Oh, we leveled up. I search for a flask that will free a genie trapped by your master in the plane of air. Have you any such thing? Yay. Okay, let's level up. 2 hit points, of course. And level 3 spell. That's helpful. Level 3 is one of the crucial levels for me, where you get some interesting spells like Fireball. Yeah. And now we go back to the genie. Once again, a long walk, and give him back his flask. They really should have created a way of going from here to here. Would have made things a lot simpler, but no. I suppose he wouldn't want his private chambers leading on directly into the... well, he does have them leading on directly into the sewer, so... yeah, home improvement could do some. I think Irenicus could work on his dungeon layout a bit, in terms of keeping the nice bits separate from the nasty ones. Or the ones he's going to frequent. Everyone is here.
You must
gather your party before venturing forth. Right.
Just as I thought.
Let us venture forth. And talk to this genie, give him his bottle back so he can give us our item that he mentioned. That carries our essence, curiously enough. Okay. Here's your item. You're an honourable person. I feel that I must warn you. Keep away from the master. Helpful advice. Okay. Thank you, genie. Let's get rid of one of the battle axes. Hand over this to Minsk, which is the Sword of Chaos +2. Sarevok's Sword of Chaos. The blade of Sarevok, brother of Mage Baldur, used in the battle they fought in faraway Baldur's Gate. Mage Baldur prevailed, destroying Sarevok's plans and rescuing the Sword Coast from the brink of war. The sword itself defies identification, likely forged specifically for Sarevok, to best focus the infernal energy he hoped to control. Much of its power died with him. Drains 1 hit point from a target and transfers it to the wielder. This will not heal beyond the wielder's maximum. +2. Yes, please. So that's Minsk's new default weapon.
Something you need.
Onward then.
Wow, Minsk almost has 100 hit points. I didn't realise that. I forgot in 2nd edition how many hit points actually fighters did get. It's just that in 3rd edition they get ludicrously more. So it's easy to forget just how many they got in the first place.
You must gather your part.
To the task at hand.
Okay, now we can wander all the way back. And go into the mistress's chambers, which we think these are. And just a bit of advice, we want to be ready to leg it. But let's actually get there first. I'm thinking that we would use the healing potions to heal rather than resting, because it seems somewhat unrealistic that we'd be able to make an escape attempt like this and keep resting every few hours so that our escape attempt turns out to be taking 2 days, which, although somewhat epic in the scale of the battle going on above us, is also rather, you know, you would not believe that that's happening. And I think the Beige Baldur would say, you know, he's afraid of being caught, so we'd want to keep moving as far as is practicable. Now, as soon as we step over this threshold, those 2 clay golems, lesser clay golems, activate as we trigger the alarms. So we want to be prepared to fight them. It might not be as necessary if we move quickly. So to that end, I'm just going to shuffle inventories around. Let's just see who has what. Let's just dump all these battle axes. They look ugly anyway. And Imran, you give the heaviest stuff to Minsk. And yeah, let's give some arrows to him as well. Because contrary to what you might expect, he can use a bow half decently. In fact, that'll probably be something we get for him quite soon. Composite longbow, so he can be used at range as well as in close combat. Right, now, time for the actual...
What is this place? It's beautiful. Oh, there is simply no way that this space belongs to the same person that owns those horrible glass containers.
You'd be surprised. It is unlikely that our captain would rent out space. It must be his. Lost love. Right. Yeah, he's a bit obsessed, probably. Cannot hurt you now. You're among friends. Yeah, understandable. I imagine a powerful wizard could do a lot to mess with your mind. And the less we think about that, probably the better. For sleeping at night. There's something that's never really actually addressed, is the player character. What happened to them exactly? I mean, we get idea of how much Irenicus messed with Imoen's mind, but we don't get much idea of how much he messed with the player character's mind. I think that's partially because we don't want the game to be weighed down by the player character angsting. Plus we like the idea of our player's character to be somewhat superhuman. if you will. And able to just, you know, be a stoic block of rationality that doesn't get, you know, isn't weak and girly, as it were, and show emotional vulnerability. However unrealistic that might be, and however silly that attitude might be. So it's never really explored. Which is a shame, because
Ready and as you will.
I think sometimes you want more to be done to flesh out the player, or the character they're playing. Let's see if we can actually get out of here without fighting the clay golems. It looks like we might be able to make it to the portal. Wonderful. Yeah, too far away.
Of course.
We're right next to it. Excellent.
So there is sanity in all this madness. If you are not in league with the evil that dwells in this unholy place, Yoshimo begs your assistance.
And who is Yoshimo? Suspicious little man. More deliveries. Right. Okay. Sure how I came to be here, like you might suspect. Try to find my way out. It's pretty easy to do so. Tell me, how did you come to be trapped here? Somehow I was caught unaware. Of course he's suspicious of Yoshimo, but our captor is powerful enough to stop us himself if we wish to, so he considers this roundabout way, if it is some kind of trap, to be quite silly. So he's dismissing that possibility somewhat. So do you think that we are in Afkatla?